Happy Monday, guys. Okay, so it's the most weirdest market right now. We are sitting in a bear market, but a bull market at the same time, right? Last week, I saw some of the most ridiculous pumps on some altcoins. It all happened closer to the end of the week, but we saw things like Filecoin do up to 170% in 24 hours. We saw Litecoin start to pop. And to be honest, some random coins, right? We'll jump in over here. Fetch 55%, Near Protocol all of a sudden up 48%, Zcash up another 70%, ICP. So what we are seeing here is we're waiting for the rest of the market to wake up, but ultimately with a couple of tokens, we are seeing a bull market, right? We are seeing some very strong pushes. So again, today, what's quite important is I think Bitcoin is recovering nice and strong. I do think we are close to identifying the possible low being in. I want to show you guys an important trend we need to break, because if Bitcoin breaks this next level, there is a short squeeze. Okay, but more importantly, how do we catch these pumps? While we're waiting for the rest of our long-term bags to increase, right, we need to play part of where the money is moving. It's quite clear that money is moving, and altcoins, some altcoins are going absolutely crazy. Even Uniswap. I want to speak about Uniswap as well today. So I want to make sure that we don't miss this part of the bull cycle. While we're waiting for the rest to wake up, there's something is happening. Money is moving very quickly, and it's all starting off with the key trend break that starts it all. Again, my trading week, I went away. I actually left my computer behind by mistake. Okay, but I've been gone now for the last 5 days. I went away with the family to get a nice little reboot. I told you guys, looking after the mind in these times. Okay, but I do want to show you, right? I want to show you here, if we look at Bybit, this was my last month's performance, right? It was one of my accounts. So we had the crash, I was down, then I went down to 5K, and you can just see recently, right? I went all the way up there now, and the account's sitting at 125,000. I actually withdrew 20K, okay? And I'm buying a bunch of new setups and new cameras, and I'm busy furnishing my house. I've bought so much furniture for my house, which is amazing, okay? But you could see here that by me focusing on the tokens that are moving into the bull, this is when I was waiting for Solana, right? And I was waiting for AVAX, and I was waiting for ETH. And then something hit my brain, and it's like, Sheldon, the money's there. Go there, right? Have your long-term bags with the other stuff, and then when they start to wake up, you can come back. And the moment that I made the mental shift that there is opportunity around me and I must not ignore it, my account started to then wake up and start going ridiculous to the upside. Again, we're going to look at the Blowfin account, the one that I've been trading with you guys. Okay, since I started trading with you guys with this account 2.5 weeks ago, I'm up 176%. This is the P&L, right? Rocking to the upside. I actually haven't traded this much. I had one trade on Saturday. Again, slowly building the accounts up. So today is such an important day for us to spend time again, right? I missed you guys very much, but let's focus on where the bull market's at. When the rest of it wakes up, we'll move our focus back. But there's money to be made. And I want to highlight which tokens the money is to be made right now and to explain to you guys the strategies and where my mind is within this market right now. I made a decision 2 weeks ago. The crash is going to make or break me. I decided to lock down and get back to not sleeping anymore and having a laptop next to my bed 24/7, right? But it is incredible to see how fast you can make it back when you change the mindset. So let's get the tokens today. Let's get ready for the week. We had a weekly close. RSI is officially at the bottom on Bitcoin on the weekly. Let's get ready for bull. So guys, the 𝗦𝗧𝗏 missed you all. It is very hot in here, Matt. I feel like I'm in a sauna. Let's go.
I try and help everyone in my space, and this is what I get. I try and fight the devils, but inside I'm just like 𝗦𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Welcome to Sheldon's show.
I missed you guys. How we doing, guys? Smash the like button. Let me know how you are doing. I see everyone's getting a little bit more bullish, which is cool. I think the ultimate thing here is don't hate it. Don't love it, just trade it, right? We have our long-term bag. So remember, just to clarify where my head's at right now, that 99% of my portfolio being in is still in. I wiped 7 to 10% of it on the big liquidations. That I've been slowly laddering in. I opened up 2 bots last week. This is the only bots I have open right now. I will be opening new bots this week. Okay, but nonetheless, my long-term is my long-term, right? And that I got to give time. I have high conviction in what I've bought, and I just got to be patient for when the money is going to rotate within the cycle. I don't know if you guys have seen, I just want to show you this quickly. Okay, a good sign is as this market is just starting to show some strength again, right? We are definitely starting to see weakness in the Bitcoin dominance, right? So officially this morning, we are starting to break below the trend, right? So this is a good sign. We're around an hour and a half away from getting our first real close outside of that. Okay, so it's just showing us now that when we are done with this little rough patch or this little red patch right now, okay, just pay attention because money is going to move to the altcoins. Okay, and wouldn't it be crazy if that dump really sparked the alt season, right? I remember the COVID crash one did it. Okay, but the weird thing is when the COVID crash thing happened, okay, we basically saw these different batches of alts. And I think this is an important topic to speak about is different alts are going to just go at different times. Okay, and when you get to dominance coming down, and that meaning that money's diversifying out of Bitcoin into the altcoins, right? They're going to bring these altcoins to have their own cycles. Many altcoins are starting to do their own cycles now. Previously, if we looked at a lot of our alts, we looked at a lot of things before, right? We'll basically see, okay, everything kind of follows itself. But if you kind of look at it today, right, alts are doing different things, right? We look at the Zcash pump, and all of a sudden, this thing just started to go parabolic, right? Does this look anything like the Bitcoin chart? No, it doesn't. Right? And as you start going down, if you look at the dash pump, look at that rip that just came out of nowhere, right? A dash pump came out of nowhere. Okay, so the important thing here is to know that every token is basically going to have its own cycle. And what I'm doing is my long term is in my conviction plays, right? And I've just built myself a nice little exit strategy. For example, as the token doubles, I take initial capital out, all these different type of things. But then what I've done, I said, no more holding bags anymore, no more. Right? I'm going to be a player with the other side of my cash, right? And I'm going to move to where the money's at. I'm going to move to where the good times are rolling, right? Which does mean if I look at my blinkers now and I see, okay, some of these coins have woken up, it's important for me to not chase them and to have a very, timing is vital. And I'm going to speak about timing and how to time the next trades, okay, next opportunities, okay? But nonetheless, it's so much easier to make money in a token that money is actually flowing in and out of aggressively, right? If you time it incorrect, you can go to a quick loss, okay? And that's why for me, I'm not trading a lot. I'm maybe trading 3 times. I'm watching the charts 24/7. I'm playing, but I'm trading maybe 3-4 times a week at the moment, okay? And it's doing incredible. It's just slowly moving the account up. For example, the 𝗏𝗏𝗃 account now, and this has been a little bit more of a conservative play over here, not over trading, right? But I'm at 72. So you guys saw we were at 19 and we went to 26 and we went back down. Yeah, but nonetheless, you're looking at $22,000 basically turning into 72, right? And that's a nice 200% growth. Okay. Now let's not also forget that I've been pulling money out, right? So also explain to you guys here, pulling money out, buying some spot bags, buying some things. This I pulled out this morning to go buy some spots. So I'm using my trades now to go buy more bags of things, right? So when my long term kind of goes up, it goes up again. And other money I'm basically using to build up, right? Okay, so let's go back in over here. So again, we have to move to where the money is moving, right? Super, super, super important. Okay, so let's go through a couple of things, and I'm going to go through all the alts and everything we are talking about. So I want to quickly go here to the weekly time frame, just show you guys that the stochastic on the dominance is now sitting at the top, which is good. Okay, meaning at any point now we could start a 3-month push to the downside. Okay, the next thing that's also important is to identify the last time we were in these areas here, we were sitting in these areas here, right? And the important thing is to see the higher low. Higher low is important because we have not had a lower low in a long time. Okay, so the fact that we're sitting here, we have lower lows or lower highs, sorry, not lower lows, lower highs, okay, and RSI sitting at the top. So indicating for us that when we're done with this is very much a lower low that can income, which is good, right? The next thing to see as well is to see that we didn't break into the big important trend line. So if we draw this trend, just go here and draw the full trend into play, right? We still have not broken into it. When I see candles like this, it does give me a understanding at any point now. We can see a fat red candle like this start at any point. Okay, so just keep this in mind. This is still very bullish for altcoins. Okay, when it comes to this over here, which is Bitcoin, okay, just look where Bitcoin has still closed above. Okay, so we did make a half full candle. So I want to speak about a pullback that can happen later today. That's going to give us great entries on all the hot tokens that I'm speaking about. Okay, but nonetheless, we are still holding the previous all-time highs and RSI sitting over here. Okay, which is a good sign as well, meaning at any point now, Bitcoin's going to start pushing to the upside. The question is the low in, right? They basically have this week to put the low in. Otherwise, the market's going to start pushing up again. Dominance at the top, Bitcoin at the bottom, right? And obviously total 3, if we look at total 3 here, made a higher low, but look how we are dragging at the bottom here with the RSI. Okay, so just giving hope to those, okay, that the bulls are going to soon have their say again. Okay, and one important thing to show you here is if we look at the total 3 chart, and I just draw this line in over here, when we break this line, we could be back at all-time highs very quickly. Okay, so yes, markets can drop. They can have these big drops out of nowhere, but just remember when things start to wake up again, how fast things can recoup. Okay, so weekly, again, I just think there's a lot of opportunity for long-term holds. Now, let's zoom in here and go through where we're at. I don't think Bitcoin is going to pump just yet. However, if it wants to, it will. But I want to zoom in and just show you guys where we're at. So the pump was good, or the recovery. We dropped all the way down to 98,000, slightly lower low. Let's speak about why this could be the bottom. The reason why it could be the bottom is because a lot of people, when this wick happened, here, a lot of people longed the market, and there was one place to put a stop loss. Right? There was no other place to put a stop loss other than the low. Right? So price came down, wiped all the stop losses, hit some more liquidations, and now we go up again. Okay, so very much similar to what it did to the upside. You see here, where it just went above all-time high, and then it rejected. Why? Because the moment that you have a break of highs, everyone's going to get excited for what comes next. Right? So it's getting a lot of people to kind of FOMO within the markets. Okay, because if we break 124, we're going to 150. Right? So everyone kind of FOMOs in, and that's a perfect time to trap them. It's the same thing to the downside. The downside is, we broke 100, we're going to 80K. How many bears are there now on Twitter? How many? How many are saying it's bear market, we're done, we over? How many? Right? Just read the picture, realize that yes, short term they will be right, but long term they'll be wrong. Right? The same way that many people are calling the top, me included, as one of them. Right? It's we're going to break out, we're going to go to 150. It's part of the game. Okay, so if we look at this again, this will get everyone to doubt and already think we're going down. So I think, sentiment-wise, I think the market could be ready to be going up from here at the bottom. So the first thing we wanted to see was us break the trend. Okay, that's why we went twice to 104 and we couldn't get through it. But then around 24 hours ago, or 12 hours ago, we did break through it. Good signs. Now what we have is we have Bitcoin crunching up to these lows. Okay, and you're sitting with basically these boxes. The one is resistance, the one is support. Right now, as it indicates, I won't be surprised if Bitcoin goes here, then we go up. Okay, this is opportunity, and this is for us to get trade entries, what I've been speaking about. Let's get entries within the market, right? Oh, no way. I was going to short Zcash. I was going to short it. Oh, I was going to short it, and I did short it, and I closed it before the show. Oh, Sheldon, you chop. You chop, Sheldon. Wait, let me just go back here. I knew it. I was just like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to focus during the show. No way. Oh, I closed it. Where's my history here? Zcash, close short. Ah, come on. Okay, anyway. We'll speak about that now in a sec. I just had it open, guys. Yeah, market closed before the stream. Anyway. At least I was right. You look at that. Short. Boom. Stop loss. Boom. Make money quickly. Boom. Right? Exciting. Okay, where was I? So, as it stands, the Bitcoin over here, going back. Right now, as it stands, we have the right to think this. This will give us opportunities for the new trades. This is the first play that I'm seeing today. We start the week red. Why am I saying we start the week red? Let's go back here to Bitcoin. Okay, and I just want to show you guys the candle. The candle was not so great. So if we look at this, okay, half wick, half candle. Okay, we didn't. Here's resistance. So I don't think we're going to go up today. I actually think we're going to go down today. And I think later in the week, we're going to break it. I actually do think that Bitcoin is not too far away. If we look at this over here, let's just put this top trend in here quickly. I actually think Bitcoin can break this trend this week. I won't be surprised if Bitcoin's 110 to 112,000 by the end of the week, right? But for now, there is a bit of downside. So this candle's telling me we are going to come down. Then we're going to start to push up after that. So something like this is the first play that we are looking for. And the supports on Bitcoin's back at 104. Okay, if we bounce here and break the highs, it's very likely the bottom is in. Okay, and markets are going to start pushing up. For now, the bottom will be in for now. Not to say the 100% bottom's in, but for now. And that's what we got to trade, right? And then from there, we're looking for a push up to the 112 to the 116 as well. So this is where we are currently fishing for new longs in the market, in this area over here. If that changes and scenario B plays out, right, we want to see us break through this level first. But there's a short squeeze from Bitcoin from 106 to the 111. Okay, and what that would look like is something like this. That will be the next long opportunities. So that means for today, as it stands, right, if I'm trading the market, okay, I would possibly be looking for shorts. I'll go through it now, and we'll see what the charts are saying for now. Or I'm just patient for the longs, right? But that's the play for now on Bitcoin. My first one's like this, okay, and the second one is we break through, and then we get going. Both of them are kind of resulting in us pushing a little bit higher this week. I'm not saying 125,000. I'm saying 112, right? But that, with the Bitcoin dominance like this, is quite exciting. Okay, if Bitcoin dominance, it might break back in here. We'll see, but we should see if we do something like that. On the pullback, also pullback a little bit more aggressive, but on the bounce, big bounce to the upside. Total 3. This is where total 3 is at. So there's a lot of opportunities coming now. Okay, so the first thing that was important was the higher low. That was good. Okay, the next thing I just want to show you guys here is put in the top trend line that we just broke. Okay, and that will leave us with our entries over there. So alts have broken out. They are leading Bitcoin slightly at this point, right? So if we look at this over here, something like this, for me, I point this little block at the top, there's resistance. So I'm not longing too much in the market right now, okay, unless we go to the green box. So again, something like this, okay, and something like this. What I'm trying to get to now is we are going to get good entries that we can possibly hold for a little bit longer. So remember the two different mindsets, okay, and I want to explain to you guys the two different mindsets. If we draw this over here, and this is very important, guys, because as the market changes and evolves week by week, day by day, you need to know there's a story being told, and you need to know that there's different versions of yourself that you need to play into. Okay, so I'm going to draw that trend line over there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 2 blocks here. Okay, and I'm going to draw this one over here, which is a red block. Okay, and I'm going to draw a green block on the side over here. These are 2 different versions of yourself. Okay, when we're below this, okay, remember we are playing out the red emotions. After a crash, it brings panic, it brings denial, and then what happens is we go into the more uncertain emotions, and that's why the market chops, right? So when the big crash comes and comes down, the market tends to do this before it starts to go up again. So this phase over here is a strategy that I've been using, right? Where I've basically been, okay, I'm going to long here. I'm going to take some shorts. I'm going to long. I'm going to trade the range, right? Make money, find coins that are moving nicely and kind of go. But I'm going to be very careful because the moment that we break out of this and we go into this range, just know that the emotions change within the market. When it's here, everyone is bearish, uncertain, worried, right? The moment we go here, everyone is excited, happy, confident, right? Things start to speed up. So if I'm still using this mentality over here, right, the market's going to catch me off guard. Okay, it's basically having an iPhone 15 with the iPhone 10 software, right? The software is just a little bit behind. Right, or buying an old school car that doesn't have Bluetooth, right? It's the same thing. It's a nice car, cool, but Bluetooth, that doesn't work with today's technology, right? So just know now that as we're coming onto this side, I need to start mentally preparing myself to update my mental software, that the market will at any point now stop ranging and start trending, okay? So I mustn't be surprised if this starts to happen. And if I'm still in this mentality, okay, I'm not going to see the opportunities and I'm not going to make it my advantage, right? It's literally like looking through a damn window, okay? And it's important for you to know that this over here was the past. As we're breaking through this side now, be aware, updated software, okay? So keep that in mind, which means that for now, yes, I can have my little shorts and have fun, but I'm very much likely going to stop shorting pretty soon, unless it's a very, very, very obvious short. Right, so my shorts now, my ratio is going to go 20-30% shorts, and it's going to go 70-80% longs. And just by making those small tweaks, you start to move in tune with the market. We're not predicting it, we're not this, but we are starting to see the shift in narrative and the shift within emotions within the market. So again, the 2 plays here, drop, go. Other one is we push a little bit higher, still not worth me longing, until this opportunity over here, which means that if you see this chart here, this is where if you want to build altcoin positions, you want to build them something that is matching this chart here. For example, let's go look at AVAX, right? Keep in mind, AVAX is here. Okay, I just want to draw the trend correctly here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so there can still be the pullback. Okay, but keep in mind, AVAX is now on the other side of the trend. So if there's a time that you still believe in bots, this is where I'd open a bot. Matt, can we please open an AVAX bot, or do we have one? Let me know. I don't know if you can hear there. Okay, nonetheless, here, AVAX, if I want to open a bot, this is where I'd be doing it. If I want to open up a spot trade, this is where I'd start building up. I don't have to do it all, put it all in right now. No, but I can start the positions, right? So as you go through and see that these coins are starting to move to the other side of the line, there is Cardano, right? Now's the time. Okay, remember, this is all the past here. You have to move on now. You have to now move into the new territories. This is where I'd be opening up and building positions. Okay, you could see
you're
here.
Already up 17%, buddy.
Oh, nice. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're still in on our bot. Let's see, where are we? Oh, there we go. Bots are slowly recovering, bro. Nice, 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 nice. Good news, good news, good news. I see our near bots also still alive. Cool. Okay, so there is, again, doesn't mean this won't happen. But remember that from here, exactly how my trades have been playing out is when it breaks, it goes slowly, 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 speeds up, right? The Zcash pump, right? Slowly, 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 speed up, right? Because when we get to a certain point, that's when the confidence emotion starts pumping through. Okay, so for me, seriously, it's confidence now of, okay, if I wanted bots, let me start buying now. Let me start loading them up now. Let me start getting going now within this, that we're on the other side of the line. Okay, amazing. So let's start going through a couple of coins. Things like Zcash is going. Guys, be very careful of chasing this. I know many people are going to call. It's going to go to $10,000. Just be very careful. So I am not an investor in Zcash. I'm trading it. There's a difference. Trading, I can get in today and in and out today, no problem. Okay, but investing is a different story. Something that has done this, just remember, they're two different mentalities. So am I trading this coin a lot right now? Yes. Am I investing in it? No. There's two different. I'm investing in these alts, right? The ones that have popped through these trends, the ones that are just gone through, the ones that take a little bit more time. That's the investments approach. But when it comes to trading, I trade what's hot, right? So Zcash is looking good. Okay, and a simple way for me to trade this or kind of invest is, let's say you did catch it as an investment spot and you're up big, right? You can put this bottom trend in over here, and you can put the next trend in from here up there, and you can run it for as long as it holds that. Okay, this is known as a non-prediction approach. Just ride it for as long as it wants to go. So it's telling me that, again, this thing's looking strong, but the moment it starts breaking this, there will be some opportunities to the downside. And then over here might be a good time to invest. Okay, but again, I'm trading this. If I'm trading this, I'm using very simple techniques, guys. Very simple techniques. Okay, it comes down to making sure that the trade looks nice and obvious and clean. So like here, for example, here we are breaking these trends. Okay, there might actually be, if I see a close below here, okay, there might actually be a nice little short opportunity here, right? The same way that when it broke this trend over here, it started to push up. When it broke this trend over here, it started to push up. I get in, I build my position. The moment it speeds up, I get out. I wait for a very clear trade to be happening. Same thing here. This trade actually put me in a bunch of stress on Saturday. I started entering here because I was a chop, right? Why am I a chop? Because I'm entering on the wrong side of the line. You see this? I sat here for hours sweating, okay? That this thing is like, just because the percentage are so big. All I had to do was wait for the trend line to break, okay? And that's what would give the opportunity. So let's go and look at where opportunities are sitting. The dash pump was not nothing for me. The dash pump was a strong pump. It might pull all the way back down, but for me, I want to look at something. So the first thing I look at is what did dash do last week, right? Candle-wise. Okay, so candle-wise, quite a big red candle over there. And if I look at where we broke and started to smash through, was that area there. The moment we broke through that area, we started rampaging very quick, right? Which means that this thing is very likely to come back down to support. So this thing's very likely, it went all the way to $147, and now it's very likely to come back to the 60s, okay? This is something that I really want to catch and make my next trading coin, possibly by the end of the week, okay? Why am I saying that? Because if we zoom up one time frame higher, and we look at that candle that's being formed, That's a very bullish candle. That means that not only are we going to look to go fill that again within this month, but even next month, we're going to look to make that way to the upside there too. Okay, so something like Dash, which is a dust coin that I never thought I'd be trading ever again in my life. Okay, I'm trading it because that's where money's starting to move. So something like this is to not a today trade, okay, but a trade that's coming, right, is to pop this trend in. And you could see we are hours away from a phenomenal trade, right? Hours away. This may decrease further down. The moment we break here and we have a 4-hour close, you put a stop loss below, this will be a banger trade. Where do I take profits? Mid-range, okay? So again, if this is coming down, mid-range. Okay, so this could easily be a 30-40% move. Keep that in mind. Okay, so Dash is a token that's on my radar to trade for the week. What are the next tokens? Okay, this one might be funny. Litecoin. Litecoin. Sounds crazy. Just wait. You know what? I got shit for 2 years for trading altcoins. Remember? 2 years, because I was the dumb guy trading the Litecoins, Bitcoin Cashes, the 𝗏𝗃𝗍s, the XLMs, all of them, right? Who's the best performers in the market now, right? They're rocketing, okay? So again, Litecoin is another one. I want to see a little bit more downside, but I just want to show you guys why I'm going to pay attention. Again, am I investing in it? No. Am I trading because money's going into it? Yes. Okay. So as this thing's now coming down into the levels that it just broke, what you do is you zoom in now, right? And you pop in a nice trend at the top here. And you could see that we are hours away from a Litecoin breakout. This would be a token I'd get ready for some trades today, right? There's the trend in there. Once it breaks, stop in. Mid-range, break to the top, nice 20-30%. Litecoin is looking good. Let's go to Filecoin. This is where I made a banger. Actually, let me explain to you. Okay, so this thing started pumping, and I decided to get in, right? So I got in on this break over here. No, there's a little bit less. It was this break over here of trends. So I got in around 1.8, 1.7. I'll show you guys now. It was on the 𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏 account. Right, where is my lines? Okay, so I got in here. Why? Because I looked at bubbles. I saw it was one of the most active coins. I checked. I found a trend. It broke it. It looked amazing. I got in. Right, it then rode up to here. No, we popped up a bit more. It rode up to around about here. I got out. 2.4. Okay, in this time, I managed to get up to a $170,000 position size. So that was around $17,000 on a 10x. Okay, when we got here, I made $78,000 on the account. Okay, this is what I did after. I would have made $380,000 off of 17K, but I was happy, right? So it happened. Okay, it happened very quickly, but it just shows you when you get these trades right, how quickly things can change. So again, what I'm highlighting here is if we go and look at a couple of trends here, we are hours away from a Filecoin breakout. I took this top. Let's actually get the full top in here. There we go. We are hours away from a Filecoin breakout. This is trades, not an investment. All right. We start popping here, put a stop loss, mid-range, and that, percentage-wise, right, is 25 to 30%. Beautiful. This is all that am I trading dojis this week? No, I'm not. The moment I changed that, guys, I changed that mentality. You guys saw my P&Ls and everything changed. I stopped trading the old ones, and I always spoke to you guys about knowing a Ferrari. My mind has slightly changed on that. However, I will go back to it, but for now, I'm moving to where the money's going. Filecoin, right? Fetch. I see Fetch had a strong rally as well. Absolute rip. Guys, some of these coins are doing crazy pumps, right? We've got a couple of these moves here. 87% pump very quick. Just to show you here that when a token is moving like that, you see where the buy was, right? There. So use this as a nice blueprint. It's not ready just yet, but keep it in mind. A token that I do think is a good buy that's coming into good buys and good trading entries as well, okay, is Zcash. Not Zcash, ZK Sync. Big shout out to ZK Sync. Right, I actually think it's coming near them now. Okay, so here's another token to pay attention to. We've broken our first hour highly high, and we have started to break through these trends, which is good. Okay, so as this comes down and tests and pulls back with the market, this is another token I'm paying attention to. As it's coming down, I'm zooming in, I'm tracking in the highs, and as we start breaking through, I will start entering the positions. Okay, so ZK Cinch is another one. Pump, I want to speak about Pump Fund. Look at this, guys. Just want to show you. Keep that in mind. Strength, right? As we start popping through here, absolute rip, absolute strength. I see Near Protocol has had a very good bounce. So same thing with this token. I see a nice little push to the downside here, and then we get going. So good spot buys, I think, happening over here. I see the Trump tokens waking up. Keep an eye out on a Trump token breakout as well. Again, please keep in mind, I see a drop on Bitcoin first today. Wait. If we start pulling back in Bitcoin, look at these alts. If Bitcoin goes to that green zone, these alts are in those hot zones. Amazing, right? Just work. You know what I've learned? Work a couple of hours to get your entry, and then the market makes you money from there. Your hard work is your entry, right? Get in, stopped. I don't enter all my cash in. I slowly ladder in, and we get going. I'm shooting a lot of personal content this week, all on trading, all on these different types of things. So I will make sure I'm getting out trading education, which is amazing. There's Trump. Let's go through a bunch. Maddie, do you want to bring up a couple of tokens there from everyone? Uniswap's another one. Okay, just want to show you guys. Good spot buys here. Good strength. Again, if you want to trade leverage, you have to look at this and say, where am I going to put my I won't enter this as a leverage entry. As a spot entry, I would. What I'd like to see is something like this, and then like this, because then I can easily buy that and put a stop loss there, right? But Uniswap is looking good for a possible nice spot trade. Look at that. All these old coins, they're coming, they're coming, they're coming. I knew they weren't doing nothing their whole lives. 𝗬𝗃. There's a nice spot entry on 𝗬𝗃. Guys, let's go make our money back. Come on. Let's make cash back. There's opportunities everywhere. Okay, ICP. Let's have a look at ICP. Guys, shout out to 𝗬𝗃𝗧. I'm going to be starting a 𝗬𝗃𝗧 account in the next 2-3 days. Open up a 𝗬𝗃𝗧 account, looking for exchange. There's a lot of sign-up bonuses. Link below in the description. I'm going to be trading, and if I make money, I'll be giving away to anyone that has a 𝗬𝗃𝗧 link. And I'm going to be doing the exact same with 𝗨ofen as well. I got some good news on 𝗨ofen. Go watch the new channel. Okay, ICP. This is why we don't chase pumps. You buy supports. So it broke here, coming down to test. Good levels to buy is between the $6 and the $6.5 mark. Okay, nice. After that, we could easily start making our way to the $16. So I think there's up to 100% trade incoming on this ICP. Next one, Maddie. 𝗏𝗏. Okay, give me more, Matt. Give me more, brother. 𝗁𝗀𝗃. I saw 𝗬𝗃 had a good pump yesterday as well. So it looks like the storage and security tokens and all these different ones. But it just shows you how, as a narrative wakes up. What did I have here? Oh, the times to accumulate. Where was this? Let me just see this quick. Times to accumulate. Oh, it's when the RSIs are at the bottom. So 𝗁𝗀𝗃, every time you've accumulated when the RSIs were at the bottom, you easily made up to 200 to 300% after. So just to show you where we are again, right? So if we look at where we are now, looking okay, a little bit sad as it speaks. However, short time frame, yes, we're close. Not yet, but we're close. So this is something I wouldn't trade right now. It's not the hardest token to trade, but investment-wise, I think there's a lot of money to be made on 𝗏𝗏, definitely. 𝗁𝗃, nice little wake up there. This is why we don't chase, right? You put in your trend. Not bad. Let's look if there's any horizontal supports here. Yeah, this looks like a pretty good buy-up zone for 𝗁𝗃. After that, let's actually see. Wow, this is a good breakout. Nice call. Whoever's brought our attention here. Very nice. I actually might take this for some long term. Why did it stop? I just want to see, where did it stop? Okay, so it looks like the next push here will take us to around the 7 to the 8 cent mark. So there's up to 100% move coming on 𝗁𝗃. Nice. Very nice one. Next one, brother Bear. Yes, guys, remember, oh man, the bad news I had last week, and I'm making a change, was I blew my flipping bit funded. And why I blew it was when I entered it and I put the TP here, the stop loss, right? So I put the stop loss in. I didn't know that the stop loss was a little bit over my daily limit. So what I've told them to do now, okay, and if 𝗏𝗏funded is watching, is when you type in a stop loss here, it must tell you what you're going to lose. Because I just miscalculated with my own brain, and I really don't feel like doing my own calculations on risk, right? So here at the bottom, it must tell you, if you buy this now on a market buy, and you put a stop loss here, you're going to lose $2,000. It needs to tell you an estimate here, which it didn't. So that's unfortunate. So I will be releasing and starting a new 𝗏𝗏funded this week. I ended up just putting my stop loss too big. So that was quite annoying, man, because after that, I caught such big longs on my other accounts. But it is what it is. Okay, say. Let's go. Say. USDK. Let's see where 𝗧 is sitting. Wow, this coin got so cheap. Such a good investment. Really good investment opportunity here. For those who still have money, I don't. I just got trading money. Yes, it's not a full confident breakout just yet. We could actually put this trend a little bit higher. But yes, the moment we start breaking 20 cents, good breakout from 𝗧. Keep this in mind. Money to be made. Yes. From here, I'm looking for us to range back to the top. So this could easily be up to 100% trade too. Again, guys, in the future, I see all of the coins going back up to these areas. Not every single one of them, but I see 𝗧. I see this being up to 5 to 10x opportunity in the future. But I don't want to put time pressure on how long that's going to happen. Just know that there is bull momentum that is happening. These pumps don't happen for nothing. Something's happening, right? Something is happening quick, and we must pay attention. Let's pay attention to 𝗏𝗏. One token that has not moved for a while. Let's go look at 𝗏𝗏. Guys, go follow the new channel. Where's the new channel? Where's the new channel?
It's in the top of the description as well.
Yeah. Go follow here. Live tradings, live tradings, live tradings. It's time for me to go full blast trading again. Here. Join. Watch this video as well. Very good. It's actually crazy. We're on 26,000 on this video. Now we're on 72,000. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. VeChain. Okay, not yet. Not yet. Couple of days away. Good accumulating zone, but not yet. But something like this, I now put an alarm. Let's pop the alarm in. Let me know when you want to pump. Okay, so the rules of the game here. Be patient with your long term. It will recover if you've got high conviction, good plays in there. The rest of it, free up 1%, 2%, doesn't matter, right? Remember, these accounts went to $2,000 before they went to 100, right? I started at 30, went to 2, and then back to 100. Crazy. Okay, it does not matter what you start with. You can have a trading account. You don't have to sit there glued every day, right? I'm going to give you setups. I already gave you a bunch of setups today, okay? And start building that account. Move where the money is moving to. Keep it simple, keep yourself level-headed, and move, right? After that, when everything starts to wake up, then we can move back to the other plays here. But there is money to be made in this opportunity to go through. I missed you guys. Let's have a banger week together. Have an absolute great day, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.